It's the Fairy Smut Book Club!
Fairy Smut Book Club, oh yeah. Fairy Smut Book Club, oh yeah.
I was beginning to wonder whether I should have brought more than a day's worth of food when she stopped in the hollow between two hills. The air was cold, far colder than the air at the top of the hill, and I shivered as my eyes fell upon a slender cave mouth. There was no way this was the entrance, not when that mural had painted under the mountain to be in the center of Prithian. It was weeks of travel away. All dark and miserable roads lead under the mountain, Alice said so quietly that her voice was nothing more than a rustling of leaves. She pointed to the cave. It's an ancient shortcut, once considered sacred, but no more. This was the cave Lucian had ordered the adder not to use that day. I tried to master my trembling. I loved Tamlin, and I would go to the ends of the earth to make it right, to save him. But if Amarantha was worse than the adder, if the adder wasn't the wickedest of her cronies, if even Tamlin had been scared of her, I reckon you're regretting your hot-headedness right now. I straightened. I will free him. You'll be...
I will free him.
I will free him.
You don't stop me. I will. You stupid. Your ancient shortcut gates.
I'll free him.
Sorry.
You'll be lucky if she gives you a clean death. You'll be lucky if you ever even get brought before her. I must have turned pale because she pursed her lips and patted me on the shoulder. A few rules to remember, girl, she said, and we both stared at the cave mouth. The darkness reeked from its maw to poison the fresh night air. Don't drink the wine. It's not like what we had at the solstice, and will do more harm than good. Don't make deals with anyone unless your life depends on it, and even then, consider whether it's worth it. And most of all, don't trust a soul in there, not even your Tamlin. Your senses are your greatest enemies. They will be waiting to betray you. I fought the urge to touch one of my daggers and nodded my thanks instead. Do you have a plan? No, I admitted. Don't expect that steel to do any good, she said with a glance at my weapons. I don't. I faced her, biting the inside of my lip. There was one part of the curse, one part we can't tell you. Even now my bones are crying out for just mentioning it. One
You're doing great. That's a funny line.
Even now, my bones are crying out just for mentioning it. One part you have to figure out on your own. One part she swallowed loudly. That she still doesn't want you to know. If I can't say it, she gasped out. But keep your ears open, girl. Listen to what you hear. I touched her arm. I will. Thank you for bringing me. For wasting precious hours when that satchel of supplies for herself, for her boys, said enough about where she was going. It's a rare day indeed when someone thanks you for bringing them to their death. If I thought about the danger too long, I might lose my nerve. Tamlin or no, she wasn't helping. I'll wish you luck nonetheless, Alice added. Once you retrieve them, if you and your nephews need somewhere to flee, I said, cross the wall. Go to my family's house. I told her the location. Ask for Nesta, my eldest sister. She knows who you are, knows everything. She will shelter you in any way she can. Nesta would do it too. I knew now. Even if Alice and her boys terrified her, she would keep them safe. Alice patted my hand. Stay alive, she said. I looked at her one last time. then at the night sky that was unfurling above us, and at the deep green of the hills, the color of Tamlin's eyes. I walked into the cave.
Hi, Steph.
Hi, Bianca.
Welcome back to Faerie Smut Book Club. Tonight we are going under the mountain.
Finally. We've been waiting.
We have been waiting. We are all dressed up and ready for the ball.
We are. We're going to the party tonight at the
We're
night
going to
court.
the party.
Under the mountain.
Under
sorry.
the mountain.
Mhm.
I can't wait to drink fairy wine and black the fuck out and grind all over a hot fairy.
Yeah, and forget that I did it.
And forget that I did it and just be free. Yeah, pretty dark. They Rhysand and Feyre like talk about the like fact that she's basically drugged through these nights, and she calls it a blessing at a point. She's like, I'm grateful for it. I'm happy to just black out and not have to think about where I am or what's happening.
That's when the depression really kicks in, I think, where she's just she has agency, but I think she also just feels like a rag doll of some kind.
Totally. I mean, she has no windows. She's not getting her southern facing light. So that's not helping her mood. She's getting like stale food, and she's human, and they probably forget that she needs to eat like pretty regularly. She's dealing with wounds that aren't healing because fairies have like special healing, so they don't think about the fact that she needs some Neosporin. She needs a little Bactine, you know?
We are in a universe where like she could still die of like the common cold or like a infection in a wound, but there's also fairies who can like heal you with a kiss.
Yeah. So, you know, it's like so easy for them to fix her situation, and they simply don't a lot of the time. Like Lucian goes to visit Feyre under the mountain, and he is so useless. Like he goes down there, he's like, I'll put you on 80% battery because I don't want them coming after me if all of a sudden you're totally healthy. So I'll kind of heal you. Otherwise, you're kind of on your own, babe. You shouldn't have come.
And he didn't come see her when she got that wound, right?
No.
And eventually, like that's when Reason first steps in to be like a little bit savior. Like I'll heal you if you come.
Yeah, I'll make a bargain with you. And we do find out later that was him. He was trying to make peace with probably never being able to like fulfill the mating bond because they could feel it. Feyre went to Colin Mai because she felt that pull to Rhysand. Like we don't realize that that's what it is, and they kind of breadcrumb that maybe Tamlin is her mate, but that's not what pulls her to Colin Mai. It's Rhys. It's the fact that Rhysand's there. And so he talks about with Cassian, I think, or maybe Lucian, when Lucian's like, being like a huge brat because Elaine is like, no, I've never met you. I'm not gonna just leave with you just because you're my mate. Also, she's still very human, like in the way that she thinks about things. I have a lot of compassion for Elaine. She's even though we joke about how like kind of a nothing character she can be, I do feel for her. And she's got this like man with a beautiful red silk press being like, hey, we're getting married. And she's like, no.
And it doesn't feel like there's an immediate, I mean, I know I'm jumping a little bit, but there doesn't feel like there's an immediate attraction between Elaine and Lucian when we do finally like see them together.
Yeah, well, I think he's been a huge weirdo about everything. So she's like scared of him.
And every time someone's made, they're the most beautiful human I ever saw. Like Cassian and Nesta, Reasoned and Feyre, it's always the attraction is there.
Yeah,
too.
for all of them.
It.
Yeah, for sure.
I totally jumped. I jumped ship.
No, that's okay. But yes, so we're back. We're under the mountain.
Yep.
Under the mountain has become Amarantha's court.
Yes.
In her 49 years as a ruler, when she went rogue from Highburn. And gets all of she lures all the high lords under the mountain and imprisons them.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah, you know what?
She's just bored.
This is what happens when you live too long. You make an evil lair. And she wasn't even like clever enough to come up with her own decor. She had to bite Rhysand's style Because he's the hottest one.
She's I think you said it earlier, but like I'm comparing it to, she's like the Las Vegas of Paris.
She's Atlantic City.
Yeah,
she's Atlantic City, and actually the Court of Nightmares is Las Vegas.
You're right.
Yeah, she's trying to do Trump Tower.
Yeah, and she doesn't quite get it right because she doesn't know all the Court of Nightmares.
Right.
So.
Yeah, she's just kind of doing what she's like, ooh, y'all do evil? We'll do evil. We also call evil.
And like with all these good stories, we also learned that the like long game is the king. I think that was part of your text too, was that the king, he's also like lets her kind of do her thing to see how she does it.
Right, because she was his, she was like one of his generals when she goes off and like does her own thing, and he's like, all right, girl, I'll give you a little leash, and who knows, if you can turn it around, maybe I'll come help you. Yeah. Like that's very much Hybern's vibe, King of Hybern's vibe.
I do like too that, and maybe I'll get into this, so I won't jump too far out, but I do like that Rhys is like also fucking with her back, but she doesn't know it. He's like making her feel like he's enjoying the sex, making her feel
it's part of his mask. When he's under the mountain, he is happily her whore. And she's vain enough that she's like, okay, Rhys, whatever.
Yeah, she knows she's a hottie. They all know they're hotties.
Yeah, and that's also a problem. You know, some people need a little humility.
Yeah.
So something that they obviously talk about quite a bit is that there's these parties every night under the mountain. And I just feel like in 49 years, they had to have tried every theme. So what do you think was what do you think was one of the themes, one of the party themes they had? Because they already did Masquerade Ball. That was Tamlin's party.
Oh, yeah. What are some fun themes? Oh, they have to have a human night.
Oh!
Where they all have to be like what they think a human is like.
Yes! Oh my god. Yeah.
It's like when fraternities and sororities are like, let's be poor.
Yes! Let's all be prisoners! Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly what it is. They're a sorority that is like trying to throw like edgy parties, you know? Like they're throwing a Cinco de Mayo party, but everybody's wearing like bandolera and like sarapes. They're really like doing the most. There's some brown face going on, you know?
Definitely.
That's what's happening.
That is one thing that I'm just like, I need to know what's happening like interracially in this situation.
You know,
because they're not talking about race, but they're describing race. So I'm like,
they are.
What is happening in fairy world?
Well, there is the high fae and the lesser fairies, right? So there is an inherent class to even being fairies. Like you're either a tree person or you're high fae. You know, we see that with Alice. We see that with some of the other fairies that Feyre didn't see when she first came to the spring court. Like it was all the like lesser fairies that he glamored her not to be able to see. So he's like, ooh, don't look at the icky ugly ones, just the pretty ones.
And when we reminded me that Alice was a tree, I'm like, and there's the lizard guys. They're also not all like human presenting, the fairies, the lesser fae. And so I'm like, but couldn't they also be attractive and cool? I think there are some of the, not maybe the court series, but in other series, like there's like half human, half cat situations.
In Crescent City, they get into some really hot like shapeshifters, or like Bryce's friend who's a dancer, and she is like a fawn, right?
Yeah.
So she has like these beautiful fawn legs and like a beautiful human upper body. So I'd be into those beasties.
This is one where she makes a clear class distinction, or at least she has so far.
Right. And I mean, I think we do. So when we talk about Under the Mountain, we can't not talk about Crescent City a little bit. So that's where this.
You have to tell me more.
Yeah. Have you read?
So I've read Crescent City, but I haven't finished the series.
Okay.
So I've only read, it's the longer one.
Ooh, I don't want to spoil it.
Assassin's Blade's actually really long too, right? I haven't finished those last books because
the last ones of the Throne of Glass series are
Throne of Glass
monsters.
series. Yeah, they start to jump ship a little bit for me too. Like takes us a while to get to certain things. So I'm like, okay.
Crescent City definitely has more. That series has more filler, I think, than ACOTAR does.
Yeah. But let's talk about it because I don't know. So I'm like so curious where there's this overlap and
So at the end of Crescent City 2, I think that's House of Mist and Shadow maybe. Bryce has the power to like hunt Athalar charges her with a thunderbolt, and she's able to time travel basically through these like portals. And so they describe it as traveling to another world. And she ends up in Prythian. So she ends up under the mountain. From my understanding, she ends up under the mountain because she has that star, the 8-pointed star also, and it's Thea's light. And Thea is like one of the old ass fairies on Prythian, like a million years ago. So, and basically what's happening is the Daglin, which are the like, the evil wizard type of guys that are ruling Crescent City, they are actually aliens. And they've been hopping from planet to planet. And this is why we say there's huge spoilers, because this is, I'm spoiling 2 series.
You've been going on a deep...
Let me tell you about the classes under the mountain and about time travel and lizard people.
That's what we learned is all conspiracy theorists are just getting their material from...
You know what? Q is reading Crescent City. And QAnon, they're just like low-key, they're a Faerie Smut book club.
Yeah, and they don't want people to know.
They don't want people to know.
Close.
And it's because there's a lot of shame associated with enjoying this series.
Yeah.
Bryce travels to Prythian and she's just like following her light. And she's found by, she just happens to appear in front of our main characters of this series. And so Reese and company, like, hold her for a few days. She's not really being treated by like a prisoner, but she can't understand them because the language is different. And so they see that Bryce knows like ancient Fae, and so they're able to find this common language that both worlds share. So and it's Nesta ends up there also.
There's a part with Nesta I haven't read. Oh my god. Okay.
So Nesta shows up in Crescent City in House of Flame and Shadow. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And they end up going through the tunnels so Bryce meets up with Nesta.
Nesta
and
at what
Asriel.
stage?
And this is post where we are in ACOTAR. She's powerful.
Okay, and
she's the mistress of death.
She's
got the sword. She's got the silver flame. Like,
okay, so she hasn't healed Feyre yet.
She has.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So this is like.
Oh, the silver flame leaves a piece of itself in her when after she heals. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's still powerful. She can still use like the horn and the harp and the crown and the mask.
Okay.
So it's a whole thing because she and Amaranth get into it a little bit also. So all of that to say, Bryce, I think, ends up where the Midgard worm lives, like in those tunnels, because she also has to fight a worm.
Whoa.
You got to get into it.
Okay, I got to. I love that crossover. I know I've heard people talk about the crossover. I just have not. But now that I know Nessa's involved, everything that I love. I'll just bullet point what I love. What you said. I'm like, the lack of languages explored in the fantasy of this is like one thing that's been missing in like the fantasy element of this for me. And I love knowing that she's like acknowledging like there's different languages and times being spent. So that's cool.
Yeah, it is. It feels a little bit like reading Deathly Hallows where you're like, they're in the forest for a long time.
But yeah, that's where I started to lose me, where I'm like, oh my god, no one's having sex and we're in the forest.
This is just trudgery. Yeah, you have to get through a little trudgery while they go through tunnels and stuff. But it is, when they get to it, there's different theories.
Okay. But that's cool crossover.
It is
I'm
cool
sure a lot
crossover.
of people did that, but I did not.
No, so one of the questions that I have is, and I know that there are theories online and there's Reddits and stuff that that I will be deep diving into. There is like trying to place the timeline, because Throne of Glass, this series, and Crescent City are supposedly all a shared universe. So there's some ideas about like when things are taking place. I think the like easiest answer is that Throne of Glass is first, then this world happens, and then Crescent City. But I don't know. I could see it being the type of thing where maybe Crescent City's in the middle, and like ACOTAR's way in the future, and they're having to start over. So they have this like pastoral kind of life. But something that throws a wrench in that is that the map for Crescent City more closely resembles the Mediterranean.
Oh.
So it could still be the same world, just different places,
Areas.
but they don't, these maps are very limited, so it makes me wonder what the whole world looks like. And, are these just like different time periods on the same planet? I think that's what they're trying to hint at, but I could be...
Because I also wonder...
Let us know what you think. Let us know what you've heard.
One other thing that people have probably explored is the like ancient queen that comes and visits the assassin.
Yes.
Like she's talking to her, remember?
Yes,
like
yes,
I'm like,
yes,
where's she
yes.
from in Perinthia or whatever? Like was she a callback? I don't know that they've explored that or not, but I
and I need to kind of get refamiliarized with the Throne of Glass series, because I read that as it was coming out. So like 2018 was the last time I engaged with it. So I think I need to retread, because
she keeps going down and she's like, talk to me again. Where is she? I need her to tell me what to do.
Yeah. Back to the Court of Nightmares of it all, and Amarantha biting their style. I want to know, so like for the knockoff Court of Nightmares, they're like trying to base it off the Hewn City, which is an actual functional city that is carved into the mountain, into one of the sacred mountains. And Amarantha's court is like under the mountain, and like it's kind of busted. The way they describe it is that it's like a busted knockoff. But it's where Prithian's most evil creatures love to party and bullshit all day, every day. So my question is, what do you think her Pinterest board looked like when she was like setting up her Amazon cart to like buy decorations for Under the Mountain?
Dream. Okay, she's definitely got like an ice maker.
But like the ice that's good for blending.
Yeah.
So it's like the pebble ice.
Yeah.
And they're having frozen marks.
And sometimes she'll just make you stick your tongue on it if you're like being bad. Like,
That's the Christmas Story treatment. Yeah.
Definitely. Whatever their equivalent to like a bubble machine would be, there's got to be some things like floating that are happening in the air.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're like orbs and cool.
Yeah, little like orbs. Yeah. Or like a firefly type of, like it emits fireflies so that you have the little like orbs of light.
Lots of glassware.
So much glassware. They have Fiesta-ware.
Fiesta-ware.
It's like the colored glass, and it's all like intricately designed and etched and stuff.
No balloon arches.
No.
Oh,
they do not do
not
a
balloon arch.
And you know what else they're not doing? They're not doing one of those an Instagram wall, like a social media wall, where it's like, oh, this wall has like grass, like a lattice of grass and like neon letters, and we're all gonna take pictures, and we bought funny props. Like I don't think they're doing that quite. But maybe there's like they're handing out little like bat headbands, you know?
Yes. And on the human night, it's just skin.
Yeah, on human night they like cover themselves in garbage, and they're like, look, I'm for food. Yeah.
I have to hunt every day to survive. I haven't got any servants.
I can't even pull back this archery bow. I'm so skinny.
I'll be crushed by a fairy.
I don't have brains. I can't read.
I never learned how to read.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, that's one that always drives me crazy, because that's like, you know, in society, that's mostly the way to keep people dumb and like not let them know what their rights are and like give up their power is to keep them from reading.
Keep them
Keep them illiterate.
Yeah. And Nesta, because it comes up later, I think Rhysand's like, you guys had her hunting, you didn't even teach her how to read. You treated her like a feral animal. And Nesta's like, how was I supposed to know she couldn't read? Like, that's literally her response is like, I know everything about her now? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to teach her how to read? It's like, well, girl, you're not sending her to school, so what do you think's happening? You think she's reading out in the woods with all the squirrels and the creatures they're having to hunt?
She's survival mode. I think she has a lot of like lounging, like you know, like at Christ's table, you know, like there's a lot of lounging.
Oh yeah.
There's no upright chairs like this.
People are draped.
They're draped.
draped.
Lots of gauze.
Yes.
Lots of gauze.
In different colors, but all like in the purple black kind of scale. Yeah. I think she's definitely maybe she's getting those like Kinder balls. She's giving party favors out, you know?
Yeah.
But when you like bite into it, it's like poison or something, or like there's just glass in it.
Like every fifth one's poison or glass.
Yes.
And like she just fucking.
And she's like
mm-hmm.
sitting on her little throne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just like making mischief.
She probably, I bet she buys a lot of leashes. Like she probably makes people wear leashes.
Yeah, for sure. She's got someone on a ball gag next to
Yeah.
her all the time.
Yeah. Someone, like, instead of an ottoman, she's just got, like, the lowest status servant of the week, like, on all fours, and her feet are on top of his back.
I started reading another book recommended to me by Emma Hobbs, shout out, called The Guild. Have you heard of this? And it's like a retelling of King Midas, but it's smutty.
Yes.
And
Guild.
it opens with, like, she's, like, in a cage and, like, there's an orgy going on.
Yeah.
And
those books are... I'm on the third one. I think there's 5 or 6 in the series. And they're quick reads. We gotta get into those. There's a lot of trigger warnings at the beginning of those. There's a lot of, like, essay going on.
That's where I stopped a little.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, not now.
Yeah. It's one that perhaps needs a warning, and I think it even has one at the beginning of the book, like just take care of yourself. But if you're into like restraints and things like that,
that's what I imagine Amarantha though a little bit. It's like she's got like all these like cages.
She's got the spreader bars.
Yeah, she's done some rentals at like one of the realty. So like pulling some big set pieces. I was wondering. I know you said no Instagram wall, but photo booth.
Yeah, maybe like I think there's like a booth situation so that you can take like salacious photos. Yeah, and there's like, instead of like props, it's sex toys. There's just like butt plugs and stuff, and like maybe some of the butt plugs have tails so they can like, ooh, I'm halfway through my transition from shape-shifting.
I love that. Yeah, I think that's definitely all of those things are in the mix.
Totally. I also, I have in my notes that it's hilarious to me that these are all European land masses, but the characters are so fatally American. Like the way that they talk is so American.
I think that's what maybe sometimes doesn't resonate for me is she has like reason. He says darling a lot, and I just can't hear it. It's one of those words that like is not very like American contextual. Darling.
Favorite darling.
Favorite darling.
Favorite darling.
And so that's one way where I'm like, oh, she's trying real hard to make him like more British.
Yeah.
But he's not reading Brit to me. He's reading like pompous, East Coaster.
Totally.
But he's like,
yeah.
Not reading totally.
Yeah, he's giving like Brooklyn. Like he's like kind of like a like on the hipster like punk scale, and I know that maybe they seem crazy and different, but there is some overlap there where it's like maybe like a not quite a hipster but like a tattoo guy, and you know what? Yeah, hipster, Brooklyn hipster. I'm tiptoeing. I'm
right.
in line, but it's a Brooklyn hipster.
Yeah, and he
and
went
I can
to
say
NYU.
that kind of look like one.
He went to
also.
NYU.
He went to NYU for sure. Yeah, and he did like the acting intensive. Yeah, he did the acting intensive.
Right. Yeah, and he didn't. It was just like whatever though.
Yeah, it was so easy for him. It just like came to him. So some of the themes that we see under the mountain, there's a lot of the phrase of you can't always trust your senses is something that she is thinking of a lot. So we've got this idea of like truth and deceit and glamour. There's a lot of different, we've talked about all the masks that everybody, like literally the spring court is wearing masks. Figuratively, Rhysand's playing a couple of different roles. He's playing like the court, the Amarantha's whore. He's playing the like kind of sarcastic ne'er-do-well, the leader of the court of nightmares. But you know I think what we see in the way that he interacts with Feyre, even when he goes to visit her just because he needs somebody low stakes to talk to. At least that's the way he phrases it. Of course, he's already in love with her, but he just like needs somewhere to rest.
He lets that mask down.
He lets the mask down just a little bit, and you're like,
Oh, what's behind there?
One thing on the truth, glamour, and deceit in the passage you were reading earlier, you like give this list that's like you said, don't trust, don't drink the wine, don't trust anything they said. They are going to try to deceive you. They are going to hurt you. And it just reminds me of Owen Wilson in Armageddon when he's like, okay, worst possible scenario. That's all you have to say. It's just worst possible scenario.
Yeah, just tell me to prepare to die. Prepare for my demise.
Yeah.
100%.
We don't have to go further than that.
Yeah. This idea of trust and friendship and who your actual friends are. Because I think, you know, Lucian goes on a journey in this book, but I think she does see him as a friend and thinks that she can trust him, especially when he comes that first time and is like, I'll give you 80%, or, you know, get you close to back, but he doesn't come check on her after the worm bites her, and it's like...
Something happened to him, right? Did he get hurt, or they stopped him from going?
That, you know what? You're right. You're so right. And I'm putting that together right now because they capture him for the second trial.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So he's probably been in Amarantha's clutches.
And he's like, that's why I couldn't come see you. And that's why he gets pissed off. He's like, you talked to Reason?
Yeah.
Why couldn't you wait on me? And she's like, I was dying.
I was literally dying because I'm a human. And I was having to like roll around in a worm's refuse. We're covered in like cuts and, you know, gashes, the broken arm. Yeah. They just don't get how like they in one hand they're always like, you're so delicate and frail, and then on the other hand they're like, you couldn't heal from fighting a giant worm. Stupid idiot. And kind of, you know, trying to figure out who her real friends are, who is actually showing care for her. Like, I think Tamlin wants to possess her, but doesn't necessarily care about her as a person. I mean, he didn't think about how it might feel for her to see her her neighbor like strung up and tortured, just like to save her, like for her benefit. I don't know. I'd be like, that's fucked, man.
His post-trauma shit just bad.
It's really
the way
bad.
he treats her, And him too, he doesn't deal with his own, he can't deal with his own stuff. He's not going to be able to deal with hers. And his way to deal with his own stuff is to like compartmentalize and put it in a box. And that's what he tries to do to her.
Yeah, meanwhile she's like IBSing herself to death, you know, it's not good.
They're always hurling their guts up. Anytime they're like, a little bit anxiety, they're like, oh, I'm hurling my guts.
I saw a post that was like, representation of illnesses in ACOTAR, and IBS was like one of the big ones. I was like, yeah, all of our stomachs are jacked. Well, there's also this idea of love and sacrifice, and like, what is love, and how love conquers all. Love's the answer to the riddle. I think for Feyre, love is sacrifice.
I think that's what she likes in Reason, right? She realized that he's sacrificing his own integrity, his own reputation constantly just to protect the like sanctity of Valeris,
right? And Feyre, like the only way that she expresses care or love to her family is by sacrificing her well-being and happiness to feed them, to keep them clothed with what she's able to get at Marketplace, all that kind of stuff. The dad didn't, you know, Nesta feels like her dad didn't sacrifice enough out of love for their mom, you know, or that there wasn't enough love for him to feel the need to sacrifice.
I do wonder if this, I mean, what's resonating with me, and I wonder if like other people feel this way, is like that is sort of a classic like woman's journey. Sacrifice for everyone. Don't think about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Give. And then all of a sudden your therapist is like, yo, you gotta take care of you. And people don't like that. But she takes you on that journey of reason and her realizing like, oh, we deserve to be happy too. We should like, we can still value sacrifice, but also value a future in our own lives. And,
It is interesting because it makes me think of like, I always grew up with like you can't what is it? How are you gonna love somebody if you can't love yourself? Like you truly cannot love somebody else in a healthy way until you love yourself. And then I've also heard the argument of like sometimes you learn what you deserve by being loved by somebody.
Oh, that's
which
really
is
sweet.
It's really sweet. It's really nice. But it's also like
you gotta know yourself though.
You gotta know
understand
yourself.
that's
which is
where
some
the
might argue
boundaries.
knowing yourself is also loving yourself.
Yeah, that too. And I grew up in a setting where the church told you give of yourself, and the more you give, the stronger you are.
The better person you are. 100%. God, the way that religious trauma will F you up your whole life. But yeah, that is something I spend a lot of time on in therapy is like, if I think about myself at all, I'm like, well, I'm very selfish.
I'm so selfish.
It's a sin and I'm going to hell.
The fact that I decided to tell everyone I can't go help them do this thing and I want to take a nap today is wrong.
It's wrong. I'm a bad person. I'm slovenly. Yeah,
that's an interesting. I think maybe sometimes that's a bit of the journey she's taking us on too, is like realizing her worth, her value, and that she can still value that sacrifice but be like also happy.
And on the other end of that spectrum, you have Nesta, who sacrifices nothing for anyone for a very long time. But in doing that, like sacrifices having relationships with people and doesn't love herself because nobody wants to be around her.
Eaten away by guilt.
Eaten away by
she
guilt.
Doesn't know how to course
and anger.
correct. That's right.
Those are all kinds of things that will keep you under the mountain.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I think Under the Mountain, there's a lot of themes of trauma and how we deal with trauma in these stories, and we for sure will get into more and more of that as these characters get more traumatized and have more and more to deal with. But that's something that I really like about this series in general, is that they really go into what the emotional work is of dealing with all of these like huge events.
You're right, and I think that's where I started to get grabbed. I was like, this isn't the same old. So I think it's great, and I'd love to hear like what people are thinking, or like, themes that we didn't even think of. Like that was really kind of revelatory to me to be like, oh, that's her discovering that she doesn't have to sacrifice everything to love people.
She can just be herself.
She literally does. She dies and comes back to life, and then realizes like,
well, and
how do you do that?
In giving that ultimate sacrifice, that's how. We do find out that Rhysand kind of juked the stats a little, but the High Lords, at first glance in this book, because of her sacrifice, will sacrifice a kernel of their own power.
Yeah,
to bring her back. Yeah.
Because that 50 years was so long.
That 50 years was a million, basically, even though we're all thousands of years old.
Yeah, like when Reason says at the end, he's like, I want people to know that I didn't do nothing, that my like offspring will know that I tried and fought for. I'm like, this is a blip on the map. Like 100%. No one.
Y'all are talking about these crazy like battles that you've had. Like, how is this better than that, or like bigger,
And a whole army of Valkyrie have been eliminated, but we're talking about 50 years under the mountain.
50 years under the mountain, sucking and fucking.
Like you said, don't think about it too much.
Don't think about it too much. Well, thank you very much for joining us. We want to hear your thoughts. Like Steph said, if there's any themes that we missed, if there's maybe a favorite part of the book that we didn't get to, we would love to hear about that from you. You know where to find us.
Yeah, we love you.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Fairy Smut Book Club.
As always, a special thank you to Improv Asylum and Asylum Productions for their support, Kayla Hutchins for music, and executive producer Bo Segrist from Modern Exhibits.
You can like, follow, and share clips from this episode on our Instagram and TikTok at Fairy Smut Book Club.
You can also email us your thoughts and theories over at fairysmutbookclubpodcast@gmail.com.
Bye, Bianca.
Bye, Steph.